Wouldn't take his sons to see the ocean that he knew as a child. And I've heard Jean-Michel say the same thing about his children. And now, grandkids are coming along. Here's the thing, you are all witnesses to a time of unprecedented change. I mean, of course, Earth has always changed throughout history. And I'm mindful as a biologist that if we were to magically transport ourselves back 1 billion years, there would be plenty of water. There would be some forms of life, entirely microscopic. The planet wouldn't be suitable for the likes of us. Go back 500 million years, dive in the ocean, off whatever this coast would be like at that point in history, we would see some familiar things. There'd be jellyfish, there'd be sponges. There wouldn't be much in the way of creatures otherwise, though, that we would recognize. A lot of invertebrates and plenty of microbes. It's taken a long time to get this blue planet to the shape that it's in now, so that it's suitable for the likes of us and other big things. We are newcomers, relatively speaking, on an ancient world that, fortunately for life on Earth, it's blue. No water, no life. No blue, no green, as I have sometimes noted. Much interest in protection for the green economy, the green this, the green that, but this group, you, Debbie, Charles, all of those you've heard from already this evening, celebrating the underpinnings, not only of all that's green, but of everything that we care about. The economy, health, security, life itself, dependent on a living ocean. Not just rocks and water, but an ocean that's alive. One of my heroes, aside from those who preceded me on the stage tonight, all my heroes, but Ed Wilson, E.O. Wilson, Harvard biologist who has an inordinate fondness for ants. He's known fondly as the Ant-Man, and much more. He's become increasingly a philosophical scientist, a philosopher who has reached many people with his many books and thoughts about where we have come from, who are we, and most importantly, where are we going? Now, there are a lot of smart creatures on the planet, and earlier this year, I had a chance with Susan Middleton, who I think is in the audience this evening, an artist, photographer, biologist, who has a great fondness for creatures with no backbone. But we were admiring a creature with a backbone, a bird. Obviously an intelligent creature because, as we discovered, Susan knew, I just discovered, she's known to be at least 61 years old. An albatross who's been given the name Wisdom, who has come back to the same place at Midway Island, halfway across the Pacific Ocean. And when we saw her, she was sitting on her most recent egg. It takes a certain amount of smarts to survive in a world that has changed as much as it has in 61 years, and be a wild thing that relies on the wild ocean for groceries. You have to sail, navigate over hundreds of miles, and then find your way back to a little speck on a speck of land, Midway Island. Most certainly, in her lifetime, as in mine, as in every one of you, I don't care how old you are or how young, you have witnessed unprecedented change. More change in the last 50 years, more change in the last 61 years than during all preceding history. In several ways, including this amazing development of new technology that when Jean-Michel's father began observing the ocean, diving into the ocean, and then filming the ocean, it was a different planet it really was a different planet. There was less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. There were more fish in the sea. There were more trees, far fewer people. I tell people sometimes that I do come from a different planet, and they say, yeah, we knew that. But here we are. At this point, as we measure time early in the 21st century, we have the power of reaching back in time and learning from all of those humans who have preceded us. That sets us apart from wisdom, the albatross, or the smartest other creatures that are out there, the mighty orcas, the elephants, the cats, the dogs with whom we share space and time. They may know that the world has changed during their lifetime, but they don't know why. We, you, know why. They don't know what to do about it. We, you, know why, and we know what to do about it. And you are doing something about it. That's the important thing. Sharing what we know, unprecedented insight into how we came to be where we are, and what we're doing to the world that keeps us alive, and how we now, armed with knowledge that is unprecedented, and the ability to communicate that is unprecedented, there's really cause for hope. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, many reasons, why you could feel great despair, wars, poverty, all the things that you read about in headlines.